Hi everyone, welcome. In this video, I'm going to show you how you can fix blue-green deployment issue where you have your deployment issue stating invalid configuration. What is it? So let's have a look at the issue. So if you go to the logs, okay, so let's go to the deployments. Let's have a look. Okay, so we have this issue that says incompatible create, and then on the deployment itself, okay, we have invalid configuration. So the actual log is telling you, so creation of blue green deployment failed due to incompatible parameter settings. Okay, so if you follow this URL, that will take you to this. So basically, you need to set this parameter group in the cluster. Okay, so we need to set the logical replication. Okay, we need to set the maximum replication slot, the logical replication workers. You need to set this thing. So this is the pre-deployment checks, the stuff you need to do before you actually do the blue-green deployment. But in this scenario, what we did, I was expecting AWS to make the changes. Where's it? Is that slide? Okay, yeah. Okay. So yeah. So the changes were made, but for some reason we have this error. Okay. So to fix it, we need to make changes to the parameter group and then redeploy this. So the best thing is probably cancel the deployment. Okay, the green deployment, keep your blue, and then we'll revert back to it. So let's remove that deployment. Okay. Let me just check on that box first. That's a green one, and then we just delete that. Acknowledge that and say delete me. So I'm just gonna delete that. So delete me. Basically, I'm canceling the deployment. Try that one. Then delete that. So delete me. Let's go on that. Okay. Let's wait for that to delete. So what we can do is to create our own custom parameter group and then just set up the settings for that, and then we will redeploy this. Okay, so let's go back to our parameter group. Okay, what I have here, so this is the deployment parameter group. So let's ignore this one and just use our own parameter group. So let me show you how to create one. Okay, but for now, let me just, yeah, let's create our own. Okay, for both the green and then the blue. Okay, so blue and green clusters, you create a separate parameter group that will be used for the blue green deployment. So let's call this one, okay, say max text blue. Let's call it like that. Okay, let's give this name for the blue deployment. um Description, put the same name here. Okay, and then you select your engine version. So we're running on AWS Aurora Postgres. We select that, and then the engine. So this is the blue one, the existing one. The existing cluster is running on version 12. Okay, so this is the one it's currently running on. So I'll select that. This is the blue one. Okay, and then the parameter group is the cluster parameter group, not the DB. So we select the cluster parameter group, and then I'll create. Okay, all right, so let me remove some of them so it doesn't get confused. So remove these two. Okay, delete that. Okay, so this is the one we've done for the blue, so we can create a similar one for the green. So we're gonna call it, max test green. Yeah, that is for the green deployment. So we call it, So max test green will do. Okay, and we copy the same name for the description. Okay, we put it here. Happy days. Engine type, we select Postgres again, and then the engine, remember this is the green will be running on the newer version, so we're trying to upgrade from 12.22 to 15.17. Okay, so the parameter group family is gonna be Postgres 15, so we are moving from 12 to 15. Okay, and then the type is cluster. Okay, we are doing it on the cluster, so we create. So this is the parameter group being created. Now we need to edit it. We need to edit the configuration or the settings, so the replication will happen for both green and blue. Okay, let me cancel that. That one is being already canceled. It's still going on. Right, so let's make the changes for this one. Let's go in and then come back to here. What is that? So the first one is RDS replication setting. Let's say make sure you turn it on. So we go back to where we here and then edit. You search Max Blue. So we paste it here. Okay. So we see 0. Now we set it to 1 and then we save. Okay. That's one done. The next one is, what's the next one? So the next one is max replication slot. You select that as well. Put a value in there. Edit that. Paste in here. It got some values in here. That's fine. But let's put this to 20. Something like that. Save that. What is next? Mass replication worker. Let's pick that one as well. Okay. Come back here. Search that one. Edit and then search that particular parameter. Let's put 20 as well on this one. So whatever you do to the blue, you do the same to the green. Okay, so let's set everything to 2020. What's the next one? Worker processor. Okay, that's fine. Pick that one up. Come in here. Let's search it again. Edit. So remember, we are doing this for the blue one. So here, let's set this to 32. So it's requiring a value. Okay, 0 to that range. So let's put 32 here. And then we save. Okay, what else? Let's have a look. What is this? Let's have a look. So the sync, let's check. Sync commit. That should be fine, I believe. Let's have a look. Edit that. Let's see what is in there. Right, that is on, so that is fine. We will leave that. Okay, save that. So for the blue one is done. We will also do it for the green. Okay, so this green, go in there, edit. Okay, let's check that. Make sure we are good. It's on. The next one, what's that? Let's go backwards. Let's go backwards. Let's pick that one. Come back here to the parameters. Edit that. Okay, we cancel that one anyway. Edit that. Come in here, and then we put maximum replication. See what is in here. Let's put 20 on there. Same as the other ones. 20 here. Save. Then we come back to mass worker processes. Copy that. Again, come back in here. Edit that. let's edit. We done that. Okay, search, and then we put 32. So similar value that you put in the other one, the blue one, you put the same thing here, 32. Then we save. What else are we missing? One more. We done that one. So replication slot. Yeah, let's do replication slot. Come here, edit, paste. Okay, that is 20. If that means we already done that. That's fine. 20 is fine. Let's leave it like that. Save that, and then we come back to RDS. RDS logical replication. Let's see what's in there. Edit that. Search. Okay, again on this we turn it on, then we save. Happy days. So both of them have been done, both blue and green. So what we will do, we'll go back to our cluster, our existing cluster. Okay, and then we're going to change the existing cluster to use the new parameter group. Okay, so I'm going to modify that. Scroll all the way down, where is parameter group? That one. Let's change it to use the masters blue. Remember, the blue is the existing cluster. Okay, they're running on 12.22. Okay, and what we have to do is to go next, and then let's apply the changes straight away. Modify. Okay, so the changes has been applied, but we've modified it, but it hasn't really been applied. If you look in here, let me show you. If you come to the configuration, okay, scroll down, can you see it's getting applied? It will stay a bit of pending, and then we have to reboot. After doing attaching new parameter group to the existing cluster, you need to reboot the cluster for it to be synced. Okay, so we will do that. Okay, let's reboot that. Okay, reboot that, confirm, just get it to reboot. Yeah, now you can see the reboot has finished, successfully modified and reboot. Can you see the instance is in sync? The cluster is in sync now. Okay, so we are good. Now we can go back and try the let's go back to the cluster and try the blue green deployment again. So let's select that. Where is that? So green, blue, try the deployment again. But here, can you see our existing cluster? The blue one, existing cluster, is using the custom parameter group that we created. Right. The green one, we need to make sure is going to use the parameter group that we created. So we're gonna move to version 15.7. That's why we want to upgrade from 12 to 15.7. The parameter group. Okay, by that I mean the cluster parameter group. That's the one we are interested in, not the DB parameter, not this one, the cluster one. Okay, so we select the green, the one we modified. Okay, and then once we're happy, we go next. Okay, and this should fix the issue. Okay, what we do is you create. Okay, now what we called the system will reboot, and then again the blue green deployment will kick in. Okay, it will take a bit of time, but what I'll do is I'll pause the video and see if you get the same error, but I believe this should fix the issue. Okay, let's give ourselves a bit of time. Okay, straight away you can even see the resources are being created. Again, it's just an initial stage, so let's pause it and then we come back to it. Hopefully this second deployment would have fixed the issue, and that incompatibility error will be gone. Okay, I'll see you in a bit. Right, now you can see the deployment has been successful. Okay, you have your green cluster, which is the new one with the newer version, and then you have your blue cluster, which is the original one, the one that is currently serving your customers. So what you can do, now the problem is fixed, you can switch or um, turn the blue to green and then the green to blue. Basically, you do a cut over. So if you want to do that, you can go off here and just switch over. The blue will turn green or different color basically, and then your green will be promoted to be your blue, basically your running cluster. Okay, and then later on you can delete the old one, the one you don't need. But let's quickly switch over. If you want to see end-to-end video, I have a separate video whereby I did the blue-green deployment and everything went successful. But this video in particular was to show you how to fix an issue where you have incompatibility when you try to deploy your blue-green deployment. Okay, I hope this helped. Let's quickly switch over and then we'll end the recording. Yeah, so let's switch over, turn the blue to green, and then you go switch. It doesn't take that long. Okay, and then we should be good now. Okay, again, I'm just literally gonna pause it for a few minutes. We'll come back to it when the switch over happens. Okay, yeah, you could see now your blue, which was here, is now green. Okay, and then the blue is now here. So basically just doing the finishing bit and then everything, the switch over will just finish. Okay, once you are happy, you can delete your blue one. Okay, let's quickly refresh that and see what we have. So switch over is complete. Now your green, your old green is now your new blue. Okay, if you go in here, you could see it will be running on the new what is the version, running on the new version 15.17, and if you look at the old one, it was running on 12.22. Okay, I hope this helps somebody out there. Please comment on the video, keep liking the video, and then I'll see you in my next video. Okay, happy learning. Let me delete these clusters, I don't need them again. Delete that, delete, delete me. Okay, all right, see you soon.